This year. It's but at the early 80s, the bottom of it is like 80s. It's in the 90s. That is.
In accordance to the open government code, please note the following: Bernardsville planning board meetings, Borough planning board meetings will be held in person at the meeting hall on the second floor of the Bernardsville Municipal Building at 160 Brook Road. Meetings will be live streamed on YouTube with no opportunity for public comment. Members of the public wishing to offer comments or ask questions will be required to attend meetings in person. YouTube live stream access for all meetings is YouTube at Bernardsville Borough /streams. The link will also be available on the agenda for each meeting, which is posted on the Borough website, bernardsvilleborough.org, and on the Borough Hall public bulletin board for at least 48 hours prior to meetings. Notice of these changes has also been emailed to the Bernardsville News and Courier News by posting the copy on the Borough website and by filing the copy with the municipal clerk on January 23rd, 2025. It is the intention of the board not to continue any matter past 10 p.m. at any regular or special meeting of the board unless a motion is passed by the members then present to extend to a later specified cutoff time, and same shall be announced at the opening of each meeting. In addition, the board does not intend to begin a new hearing after 10 p.m. nor begin testimony of a new witness after 10:30 p.m. Any hearing conducted by the board is a quasi-judicial proceeding. Any questions or comments must be limited to issues that are relevant to what the board may legally consider in reaching a decision. Decorum appropriate to judicial hearing must be maintained at all times. This doesn't have any mention of the Zoom, did it? Because we are Zooming also, right?
Yes. It doesn't say that in the beginning?
It's YouTube.
Oh, it's a YouTube.
Yep.
Yeah, we're
It's a
not, yeah,
YouTube
actually, no, we're
stream.
not.
So we're not Zooming. Okay. I saw Zoom cancel.
We're tubing, we're not zooming.
Everything is, then it's, oh.
Zoom's the.
Screen it. Okay, everything's fine. So roll call
Mr. DeMarco,
Present.
Ms. Geller,
Present.
Mr. Graham,
here.
Mr. Morrison,
Here.
Mr. Sasso,
Here.
Mr. Simoff,
Here.
Mr. Walden,
Here.
and Mr. Zellerian.
Present.
You have a quorum, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you. Meeting minutes, any comments? I know Karen has passed on, actually just said everything is great for the meeting minutes to Denise. Any other comments from anyone? Take a motion to.
Motion to approve for, what are the dates?
the
We do one at a time. Notice.
Yeah, we have
November
different
14th.
eligibility.
Okay,
It's the same for November and December, but January is different.
So a motion to approve the minutes for November 14th and December 12th.
all in favor? Aye. Yeah,
All right, I'm sorry, who was the second?
There wasn't a second.
Who was the, I made a second, okay, thank you.
okay, all in favor? Aye.
And Denise will get the abstention for those who are absent.
Yeah,
And then the next one,
Motion to approve the minutes for January 16th, 2025.
Second.
all in favor? Aye.
thank you, I'm just not used to your board.
And no abstain, so that passed. Okay, communications, NJDP approval for 141 Lloyd Road. No visitors. And we have all business plus one more thing, I think, so, okay, old business, we have the first one is, Beneficio Pugliese.
Walter Benning.
Mr.
Chairman.
Colors there, so,
That's as far as I can go. We have to
take a resolution to memorialize this.
I actually do have a couple of last minute, and I think they are all in the conditions section primarily for clarification purposes. This was approved by all board professional applicants, council and applicant teams. But just for clarification purposes, in condition 3 on page 24, where we're talking about trash pickup from and deliveries to the property shall be permitted during off hours only. It may be better clarified after that, off hours only to say, i.e. when the restaurant is closed. Closed, open, prank, closed, burn. So we can add that, if the board so desires.
The same reference to off hours.
Yeah, it's literally, they're both covered in that
Okay,
condition, so that it would better clarify what off hours means. So it's not subject to misinterpretation. And then, condition 5 on that same page, the applicant shall obtain a affirmative permission from, everybody had DOT, NJDOT, to remove the impervious areas found on the southerly adjacent property, but it may be New Jersey Transit. As
It is
opposed,
New Jersey Transit.
so what I thought we would do, since this has been approved by everyone, professionals, applicants, team, maybe the prudent thing to be would leave DOT to say, or New Jersey Transit, whichever is applicable. We know, I think.
Or you could say the owner of the southern property,
Well, New Jersey Transit,
whatever you.
yeah, all viable.
No,
And then I had one other, and that is conditions 8 and 9. 8 is all employees of the proposed cafe shall be required to park off-site. We then have a condition that requires the applicant to obtain permission for off-site employee parking from either the owner of 37 Marshtown Road or the borough. And I guess the question becomes, as long as all employees are parking off-site, legally parking off-site,
Provisions for. Make provisions for parking.
that's what I'm saying. Maybe limiting it to those 2 options wouldn't be
or
prudent.
other, the point was that we didn't want their employees to be taking up parking,
On their side.
not just on their site, but you know, also parking is a premium, so from those 2 or other private arrangement, or I don't know, is that an option?
Because the other option was to park at the train station.
And then train
Right.
station, which was at the
Correct. If that's what you need both paragraph.
Well, again,
well,
I'd rather change it
You want to say off-site non-public parking?
off-site non-public,
Off-site non-public parking,
or other off-site
non-public.
non-public, but non-public parking.
And non-public always means street parking. What if the borough decided they had 5 extra parking spots over here or something in a year or something? That doesn't, I'm just curious what public means in your
Non-public.
world.
Well, we already have the borough in there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I guess,
No,
I think that might broaden it
too
enough
much.
so as to make it more reasonable than the way it was limited before.
Oh, I see what you're, I see.
So they're prevented from doing what we don't want, but they're given more options to do what we want them to do. so to speak. And what they agreed.
Yes, you're just saying remove the specific address and you're saying.
No, I'm saying leave the specific address.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but, and the fact that the borough is an option, but to add the broader 3rd option of anywhere else that is off-site non-public parking. If that's okay with the board as a whole, then, I believe. I'll say that was it. Those 3 conditions modified by way of clarification.
So make
I
your.
was doing better when I was speaking.
Acknowledging the statement and just solicit the resolution.
And aside from Mr. DeMarco, all other members in attendance are eligible to vote on this resolution.
There would be a motion to adopt the resolution as modified.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay,
Roll call.
Ms. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Sasso,
Yes.
Mr. Simoff,
Yes.
Mr. Walden,
Yes.
and Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
The motion carries.
6,
Okay,
wait, I'm sorry, I got 8, but there can't be 8.
4, 5, 6, 7.
sorry.
Well, Ms. Gardner's absent and Joe is,
Right, can't vote. Oh, maybe you said Ms. Gardner. I heard 8 names.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Good, we're good then, we're good.
All right, second on this section is the memorialization of the Somerset Hills High School capital project review.
Board of Recall, that was a more in-depth capital review project, courtesy of you than usual, but enlightening. I didn't mean that to be a pun. I'll take credit. Yeah, can we get?
And it's good?
I hope you call me, I hope so. It did also go through the board of professionals.
Yeah.
And, I guess applicant wouldn't be the right word, but the district's attorney also reviewed and approved.
I'll take a motion for it.
I'll second.
Okay, Mr. DeMarco,
Yes.
Ms. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Sasso,
Yes.
Mr. Simoff,
Yes.
Mr. Walden,
Yeah.
and Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Now, do we have to do the crisis one in this
I
section?
do have that, that was, yeah.
In this section.
Yeah, it's a,
All
it's
good.
on one page, but for the decision matrix.
So how does that work with voting eligibility?
Oh, we're big, and everyone is eligible, we don't have any recusals on this, so, everyone is eligible to vote on it because it is effectively procedural, but it's also, per court order vacating, the proceedings, so, so you do not need to have qualified yourself or have been involved in the vote one way or the other initiative, which goes back a few years.
And this basically does what?
Basically, there's a court order that vacated the board's prior decision, not because the board did anything wrong. In fact, it was explicit that the board did everything right, except the applicant in that particular matter did not notify the immediately adjacent neighbor, and that is
They
why,
vacated on a technicality.
well, yeah, on a very
Very technical.
yeah, very substantive technicality, but yes, the right to appear and be heard. But, so this is really procedural and it sort of closes the book, if you will, in accordance with that case management, with that court order, so that we, as an administrative body, recognize that court order, we vacate our prior action or prior resolution, and now, if and when they come back with noticing everyone properly, they will be heard by us and we wait and see.
Have the tax records actually been updated? I know we should inherit it. Denise, can we have someone on this, make sure that the tax records actually have been updated?
Well, I think, yeah, again, just to be clear, the basis for the decision had nothing to do with the tax records, but the status thereof. I believe, but I believe they, in fact, I know for a fact, that they, a long time ago, were accurate, if not accurate even at the time the applicant originally made the request for the wrong lot.
That's a bigger question.
But they are accurate because
In
subsequent,
fact, the records were correct, then that's a bigger issue than it was just absent because they hadn't followed
but
those.
subsequent to that time, there was in the course of the proceedings, someone made a request with the correct block and lot, and the resultant list was
Correct.
the list, not only the correct list, the list that would have and should have been obtained originally by the applicant.
Okay. All right. I'll make a motion.
Second,
Okay, Mr. DeMarco,
Yes.
Ms. Geller,
yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yes.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Sasso,
Yes.
Mr. Simoff,
Yes.
Mr. Walden,
Yeah.
and Mr. Zazarino.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thanks. Okay, new business with bills.
I'll move we pay the bills in the amount of $8,576.
Second, Sasso.
Mr. DeMarco,
Yes.
Ms. Geller,
Yes.
Mr. Graham,
Yeah.
Mr. Morrison,
Yes.
Mr. Sasso,
Yes.
Mr. Simoff,
Yes.
Mr. Walden,
Yes.
and Mr. Zazarino. Thank you.
Okay. No public hearings.
No, we do have to carry them.
The line broke.
The Minebrook carrier.
Right, because, they, requested that we carry without further notice,
Well,
I'm sorry, site plan, well, without further notice, because there was notice, then there didn't have to be notice, but I guess we're telling. The, that matter, did they say that they would make the next date?
so they want, if you have to make about an hour ago, and said they wanted to take March 13th, but they wouldn't have revised plans 10 days in advance.
Well, Mr. Brightly,
So they said, well, can you, make a concession since it's a waiver? And I said, I'm sorry, but.
No, it's unacceptable.
Yeah,
okay,
so they're probably gonna be on the 27th, is my guess.
all right, so as long as we know they're not gonna be coming on the 13th, there's no reason to carry them there, we can, I guess, carry it to the 27th.
We have-
Adjusted architecture.
Soon.
Which they. Under this.
Oh, no.
Oh, is it the?
Well, there might not be
There might
anything
not be
else on March 13th, so, but
Yeah, there are no.
to put it on the 27th.
As another justification. After that approval waiver with no plans.
They might have to show here.
Well,
27th it is.
okay, we got that one, and,
Okay, applications and the visitors. So we do need an executive session.
we'll do a very brief one as soon as. Oh. Like they say, as soon as we're off.
Okay, do we need a motion to?
Yes, it would be a motion, this second to go into executive session for purposes of pending litigation, the AR at Bernardsville now. Anyone wish to make that thing?
To, executive. Second.
Rob.
Thank you.
Oh, that's a record, mark this, 20 minutes. 20 minutes.
Yeah, never know.
Hold on a second here.
Yes, this is a audio component.